So a quick canter down the corridor to hall number 6. This place is absolutely vast. There are so many exhibition halls and many stands to get round. But I'm here at Chematek's stand and I am with Giovanni, but I have to call you Ivan.
Yes, please. It's like my friends call me. Ivan is my nickname.
Ivan Papandreou, and you are the founder of Chematek.
I'm the founder of Chematek. I have experience in working in research and development and in commercial endeavors, in multinationals, in the UK, in the States and in Italy. And in 1978, really, I started my own company.
Wow. Now, I can't help noticing you are a doctor,
Yes.
but you are a doctor of chemistry, correct?
Exactly, yes.
And what was the company that you founded? What is its core mission? What is your purpose?
Okay, my company is called Chematek, which means chemical and technical. So joins the chemical abilities with the technicalities that it requires for the job. And we wish to supply intermediates for the pharma industry in a way that our customers can tell us what exactly they require and we can tailor molecules according to their demand.
So it's very bespoke what you're offering.
Yes, I would say it's quite unique because we try to cut the molecules according to their requirements and save them as many steps as possible to the final API, which is the active principles they make.
So could you give us an example? What would a customer sort of say to you in terms of how they want their molecule created?
For instance, I'll make an example, very simple. We sell a product which we manufacture in Czech Republic called Synitrid. Synitrid is a reducing agent. It reduces molecules where there are groups which are oxidized and transforms them in other intermediates which can be used to make APIs. Synitrid in particular is being used right now to make a product called sofosbuvir, which is an anti-hepatitis C drug, which was a mortal disease, as you know. Now, because of sofosbuvir, you can sort of avoid, all these tremendous diseases, the deaths caused in the world. It looks like 150 million people are affected by hepatitis C. Now, using Synitrid, we make an intermediate which is used, being coupled to another, to make the final molecule called sofosbuvir. So we sell this chemical all over the world, in Europe, in Asia, India, China, in America, in South America, and so on. So we are basically distributing worldwide.
And who do you distribute to? Is it to manufacturers or is it to the end public?
It's generally manufacturers of APIs, active principles, who are in the business of producing pharma intermediates, then finally APIs.
And what's the efficacy of this molecule?
Well, this molecule cures totally hepatitis C. With a cycle of about 8 months, this product completely destroys, kills the virus.
And how long has it been on the market?
It's been on the market for a couple of years, 2-3 years, and is getting good success because of the efficacy of this molecule. Yes.
Well, as you say, I mean, hepatitis C is one of those diseases that we've just struggled with for so long,
Exactly.
and we're seeing an increase in the incidence of people getting hepatitis C. So what you're doing is really groundbreaking.
Well, actually, what we're doing is to be of service. And we try always to enlarge also our sphere of chemicals and intermediates. This was an example. But we also have other products which we supply to all the producers in Europe, fine chemical producers, and of course in China and India, we are two of the main, probably the biggest world suppliers of APIs.
And in terms of your product development, your research, is it the other companies that come to you, or do you develop drugs on your own? How, is it symbiotic? Do you talk together?
Both. We have technical people who try to search those molecules which are supposed to be very likely useful in the future by looking in programs like Thomson Reuters, integrity programs. We try to understand which could be the future of pharmas, and we try to work on those products, trying to develop some market for them.
How do you do that? Do you have a crystal ball? You're a fortune teller.
People who are experienced, who know chemistry, who read, who visit big companies, try to create a map of what will be the requirements in the future. So mainly chemists, PhDs and very experienced chemists.
So you started this company some years ago. How do you view the future? Because clearly, as technology has evolved, there is more that you can do. The possibilities are endless, aren't they?
Absolutely. Nowadays, you can talk about 3D dimensions techniques. We can talk about research done by computers. And of course, this speeds up a lot the molecules which come into the market. Right now, in fact, there is lots of activity in introducing new molecules, new APIs, which can cure diseases which for some period have been completely left over. We are having a recrudescence of malaria, we're having a recrudescence of TBC. Why? Because the old drugs are being now not anymore efficient to kill those bacteria and those viruses. So we are working more and more towards new products, and I think now it's been understood that FDA must sort of speed up many of the new molecules being exploited.
I couldn't agree more. You know, the regulatory process takes way too long, doesn't it? And particularly in those disease modalities where you need treatments now, when we simply don't have anything else.
Exactly. In fact, I do believe that the time required to launch a new pharma is being sort of reduced about 20–30% now, and there will be even more later on.
Which is a great thing. Now, I also know that Chematek has another side business to do with water, doesn't it? Which I'm fascinated by.
Yes, we started the new division about 5 years ago, producing plants for desalination, taking water from the sea and take off the impurities and the salt and give potable water and irrigation water for any uses. It can be industrial, it can be also pharma, for instance. We can also try to avoid problems in those areas where water is not sufficient. Nowadays, many multinationals, talking Nestlé, Coca-Cola and so on, are short of water. And if we don't do something very wise to meter our production of water, our use of water, in about 10–15 years, we will be really in troubles.
And these desalination plants, how big is a typical plant?
Can go into a 20-foot container. We can build a small plant for a restaurant, for a hotel, like we can build a big plant for a municipality. And we can assemble more containers to give a bigger plant. So we can build the plant in situ, in our place, and then transport it to the area where it is going to be used.
And what about the cost of desalination? Expensive?
It is not expensive. It is quite cheap, because if you, for instance, consider the cost of water coming out of it, it's much, much less than right now you're paying in your bill. So it's quite, I would say, economical.
And in terms of market competition, are there other companies doing similar things?
Yes. We sort of try to cater the small business, not the big business, where we can't afford. We can't go to California and make a plant costing $2 billion. Obviously not. But we can meter to those plants which require water and can get it, close by putting just a pipe into the sea, taking the water, filter, ultra-filter, desalinate, put chlorine, put salts to make it potable, and then sell it.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you a great deal of success with that business and with the main business as well. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you very much.